Hi, Graham. Thanks for making the time to catch up with me.
Well, thanks, George, for the opportunity as well to talk about this.
Um, so an example we've come across is a solution that maybe provides a dashboard in your business that you've developed over time and maybe brings different systems together, such as your MIS system, your MRP system, your ERP system. Maybe it also hooks into your finance system, and you've developed this over a long period of time. Um, the knowledge of how to take an order and pass it to the MIS system and how to get it invoiced and how to process all of that is all built into that software. If you were to decide to replace that, it would be a significant undertaking. So the idea of rescuing the orphan software makes sense to you, where you might come in and say, well, what's the migration path for this application? What are the benefits of maybe looking at extracting from it the business logic that's actually embedded in there, so that we can actually look at how we can replace this safely and economically. Is that generally speaking the approach that you would be considering?
Yeah, look, I think what you've described is the best approach. And again, you sort of can look at this from the other side of where you don't want to be. You don't want to be in one of those aha moments where all of a sudden this critical orphan piece of software is in the spotlight because it's stopping something. It's stopping an update. It's stopping a broader enterprise directional change, or it just needs to adapt to a change in business process or circumstance. Because if you haven't done those steps you described, if you aren't prepared for that, suddenly you're in a situation where you need to react quickly, and you don't have that time to understand exactly all those impacts and implications. And then you're also in that situation where those risks have a potential bigger impact of just replacing or saying, okay, let's wipe that off the desk and look for something new, because your business will be impacted. So I think that's a very sensible approach, what you've described. And I think anyone who looks around their business to say, well, actually, we can't stop ignoring that, Bob over there uses this piece of software in this fancy Excel macro, but if Bob wasn't here, no one would know how to use it or to run it. I think you need to have that transparency to recognize those pieces and do that evaluation of what would you do if that stopped working tomorrow. And once you've done that, you can also then prioritize of, hey, this is really important. We need to have a better plan of how we take this forward. And that approach that Soft Logic has would be a good aid to have that, because it opens up your options and it gives you a view of what those risks are, but also that IP that you don't want to just throw in the bin. You want to get a value out of that. And that, as you described, is the basis of any business case you need to then look at how you take that forward.
Excellent. A lot of people are in a sense of calm and a steady state environment where the things are working, but they're sitting on these time bombs. And I think that's where they need to take some action, locate those things, bring Soft Logic in. We can assess those particular solutions and find ways to maintain them and to look after them properly and keep them running reliably for the client.